Order, join us in our opening ceremonies. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Join me for a moment of silent prayer. Amen. Agenda item number 3 is approval of tonight's agenda. There are no changes or additions, so if there's a motion to approve the agenda. So
Support.
all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item 4 is a time we allow for Orange City residents' comments if they wish to speak on any non-agenda item. And I don't know that anybody's here. Or do you want to come up, Ruth? Okay. Welcome to the meeting. Just state your name and your address. Yeah.
I'm Ruth Roger. I live at Lansmere. I'm with the Heritage Cemetery Committee, and I'd like to thank the parks for taking the cement pile away and cleaning up the weeds on the back of the cemetery lot. It was a royal mess. Looks lots better now. We're gaining on the restoration, but the going is slow. We have 2 people that help me on Saturdays instead of the 11 that we had the last 2 years. So we're working on getting a D2 cleaner on the monuments, and we're getting further down by section B. So,
Okay.
and then I'd like to get the white ones and the gray ones that are full of mold in the section F, D, and E done this fall yet, but we'll see how this goes. So that's kind of where we are. We did get a bunch of them setting up straighter, so cemetery is looking considerably better than it did. We got the last of the vandalized ones up, standing straight up in June. It was down flat on the ground. The top was on the ground for 34 years.
Yeah.
So it was kind of withered along the edges. So we did put like a U-brace on each side of it. And it's looking pretty good now compared to what it did.
I would agree.
So,
Appreciate all your work and your commitment and passion for it,
so
Ruth.
this is my 6th year out there.
Thank you for
We're
that.
gaining it, yeah.
Yep, slow and steady. That's the way to do it. Good job. Thank you, Ruth. Agenda item number 5 is Exhibit 1 in your packet, and that's approval of the minutes from the August 3rd, 2026 meeting. If you had a chance to look those over, I would entertain a motion for approval.
So moved. Support.
Any questions? All those in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carries. Exhibit 2 is our agenda item number 6 for a financial report, and I'll call Kent up, and it's all yours.
All right, we'll hit the highlights here. July 31 financial report. Under the general, dispersed is 1.5 million. The biggest chunk of that is the final payment for the fire truck, and that was just $696. And then we took in we took in about $34,000 in property taxes, 20 in the general, and 14 there under debt service. And then the other comment that I had is under capital projects, under housing capital project 304. Those two, the large dispersed is Canal Second Edition to Vision Builders for 1.1 million, and Madison Place falls under that as well, and that was about 187 of the 1.3 million. Also, under received, the 109, we have that agreement with Vision for 10 years of payments for that area. We took in our another 81,000 for this new fiscal year. So 81 of that 109 is from Vision Builders, and then we had a lot sale in Puddle Jumper 9th for 27.5 was the other part of that. So that's all I got on Exhibit 2, unless you guys have any questions.
Any questions? And then is there a motion to approve the financial report?
Support.
All those in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Motion opposed, motion carries. So that will bring us to agenda item 7, which is exhibit 3 in our monthly bills.
All right, first page, you're gonna see a couple things throughout there. Police department in regards to a couple vehicles for the new fiscal year purchases and as well as equipment. So Baycom, there is some equipment for a couple of those vehicles. Page 3, obviously you're aware of the 7th Street project with the lost construction, so that's 806 and change. Jason will probably talk about that later. It's majority is completed. On page, let me see here, next page that I got is page 6 at the bottom, MOC Florida Valley School District. We've have finalized that project itself, so there was some money exchanging. The $1,500 is a sports athletic sponsorship we're doing with them for the year. The $630,000 is truing up the project. They paid for all the dirt work originally before the elementary was built. So they did some of the dirt work for our Gelderland 2nd edition. So that's the $630, and then this is the final payment for the $250 to MOC for their complex. Okay. Also, in regards to that, they obviously paid us to this month for meeting the school district for the street and some of the sidewalk. So that was like $580,000. I think they wrote us a check for. And so then we wrote a check just for documentation. We wrote it netted 50. Yeah, correct. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that, unless you have any questions. So that's finalizing that. And we also got payment from the Sioux County for their share of the street and for that project as well. So, all right, page 8. Roush Brothers Monument Company, this is in regards to, this is the last part of our insurance claims in regards to the duration of that wind damage that we had in 24. One of the stones fell over, that came in, got set up here, and that is our payment for that stone wall, and that is a part of the insurance claim with the EMC too. So then the last thing is on page 9. Pay request with Salzma for Madison Place up at the top there for $223,000. And I think that is all I've got. Oh, and then Vanderpaul on page 10 at the very bottom. This is the final payment for the sidewalk extension on St. Paul. It's on an agenda item later here too, I guess, to accept the project, but this is the final payment for that for $22,600. That is all I got, unless you guys have any other questions.
Any questions for Ken?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ken. Is there a motion to approve the bills?
Support.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 8 is exhibit 4 in the packet, and it's the Industry Central West 2nd edition. I'll let Matt
Yeah,
take
so
that, maybe.
a few meetings ago, we approved the Industry Central West 2nd. The plat for that, you recall that's the old airport property, an extension of the 1st edition. Basically goes between 18th Street, the Highland Post Street, all the way up to 14th Street, Silent Drive area there. So we platted all of that. We don't intend to install any additional street at this point, but just planning ahead on that. We do have some interest in lots that are currently have street access, so thus we are proceeding with that. So these are the restrictive covenants for that area. Basically mirrors the 1st edition very well. There are lots 6 through 29, and it really copies that. It does include a mixed-use overlay language, basically allowing the residential use as well as industrial. And so with that, we've included a document where basically any owner of a lot would sign that and acknowledge that the type of activities that may happen in that industrial 2 district, manufacturing and equipment noise, that sort of thing. So just acknowledging that will be happening there, and if you choose to have residents there, part-time or full-time residents there, that could be a distinct possibility. So, so that is the restrictive covenants that we bring to you to approve, and then to set a public hearing for next time for the next meeting to dispose of all the lots as part of this. You notice that we only included pricing for a select few lots, 6 lots, based on those lots that I mentioned that have current street access that we've been working with potential buyers on that. So that's what we set the pricing for that for now, not knowing what the future street and infrastructure costs will be. So we'll dispose of everything at the next meeting, but not set pricing for everything yet. So that will happen in the future.
Right now, we need a motion to approve, for approval of the restrictive covenants.
Support.
Any questions on that? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And then we need a resolution to set a public hearing for disposal of city-owned property for September 8th, 2026.
Support.
And that is a resolution, so I'm going to start with you, Andrew.
Yes. Yes.
Olivia? Yes. Darren?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, agenda item 10 is a request, 9, I'm jumping ahead, is first reading of ordinance number 872 on regulating the golf carts. We had you have exhibit 5 in front of you that you can, that we can look through for the first reading. It's probably one of those that we would at least let it sit for till the next meeting before we waive the second or third. So I don't know if you had time to read through it. If you have questions, Matt, are you gonna talk us through that, or is Jim? Or
Jim up too, if you want to.
Yeah.
Have any
if you have any questions or.
couple highlights as we talked about last time. Basically restricting use on Highway 10 in Albany. Those are the 2 streets. Jim had requested that we specify 16 years of age and a driver's license. I think there's some other examples out there that don't clarify that necessarily.
Well, some just must have a valid permit. Well, if you say 16 and a driver's license, that takes like the 14-year-olds away that are got the moped permit. So if we put both that language in there, I think that clears it up a little better.
Okay. Yeah.
Share on the registration process as well. That's basically just registering with the and stuff and all that.
Yeah.
And then they'll just have a sticker that says that they'll put wherever.
Yeah, most of the time they put them on the back so we can see it.
I think that makes sense. A little bit of a responsibility for. And you know who's registered and who hasn't. I thought it looked good for a first reading. Is there any questions from anybody that?
You guys had many people reach out in support?
We haven't heard much, in the last few years we've had some people ask us if they could have one. At that time, obviously it wasn't allowed. We haven't heard much on it. Probably see a few more pass it.
Yeah. Okay. So shall we, any other questions, or are you willing to approve the first reading of ordinance number 872?
So moved.
Support.
All those in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Motion opposed? Motion passes. Okay, we'll put it on the next agenda then too. Thanks, Jim. Agenda 10 is fireworks display request from the MOC Floyd Valley Pride of the Dutchman Band after their field championship, which is October 10. They've been doing that for a number of years, and I think Van Engenhoven has approved and has the insurance certification, so they just need council approval on that.
So moved.
Support.
All those in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carries. And agenda item 11 is our annual employee picnic, and the Iowa State Code does require that we document a public purpose for this when we're giving the employees recognition of something of value. So we just need a motion from the council that we would like to do a employee picnic to recognize our employees and give them a gift of appreciation. It's next Tuesday, 25th. Reply if you haven't. If you want to feed your family, reply, yes. So is there a motion to approve that? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, agenda item 12 is a recommendation for the park supervisor position.
Yeah, this is a position that Jackson Miller had recently had until he moved out of the community back closer to family. So, no, advertised, and we interviewed a few candidates, and we recommend Seth Dion be hired as a new park supervisor. He currently works for Vollant Construction. He's got probably 9 to 10 years experience in construction there, carpentry, and graduated from NCC. Grew up in Orange City, so recommend the hire of Seth. I think he would plan to start on September 8th.
Great. Is there a motion to approve the hiring of Seth?
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Awesome. Okay, agenda item 13 is it's going to be a resolution accepting the St. Paul Avenue Sidewalk Extension Project.
Yeah, that project's been done for some time, but there's a few things that had to be cleaned up and finally got those taken care of. So it's been a nice addition, I think, to our trail system, and good connection there between 2nd Street and the highway. Due to some underruns on some quantities, as well as the street department appreciated their work bringing trucking out dirt to that area. That saved us quite a bit of money having some of our own field dirt brought in. So a little bit under the estimate, or under the original bid, $318,000. So we recommend approving the check and finishing up the paperwork. So.
And that requires a resolution. Is that correct? So is there a motion, unless you have a question, is there a motion for that resolution? Okay, and since it's a resolution, we'll do roll call. Start with you, Brett.
Yes.
Olivia?
Yes.
Darren?
Yes.
Andrew?
Yes.
Excellent. Oh, administrative reports. There you go, Matt.
Yeah, just a couple of things. The final day of the pool being open will be Labor Day, September 7th. Hard to believe we're that far through the year already, and the ever popular doggy swim will be on the 8th. So, ready for
Did your
that.
dogs do?
No.
Oh. You couldn't catch them afterwards, no?
As a reminder, the next meeting will be on the September 8th.
Oh.
The council meeting will be Tuesday instead. So, I'd like to introduce Brian is here today. Brian Tooker. He's been working for a couple of weeks now, so with that, welcome him. And with the hire of Seth, did a little count over the last 12 months. I think we have hired somewhere in the neighborhood of 14 or 15 new people with just job changes as well, some movement within the organization. So just appreciate all the staff. I look around the room, everybody that had to fill in for Brian's role. Took a lot of us for that, and every department and every position that we've hired the last year has taken a lot of effort. So appreciate all the staff that's filled in for that. Yeah, we're happy to be where we're at with with those hires. So, also thank you to Janet and her team for doing the webpage. That really, that was a big project, and thank you to you and your team and Spireworks for the work there. So that's a nice improvement and a nice upgrade. So, and also appreciate the Parks Department. I've heard several comments actually, on how good things look in the parks and the flowers especially. So, that is all I had.
I don't have anything.
Any of anything from?
Nope, we have the new tower in, completed our training, so it's been out a couple nights, as you probably noticed or whatever, but tower's up and operational and people are paying and ready to respond.
Jim, do you have anything?
Nope.
Nope. Kent?
Nope.
Jason?
Sure. Got a few updates on projects. So 7th Street, they've got a little bit of concrete left to pour for some sidewalks, and then a couple driveways that need to be repoured. That should be done over the next week. And then they will continue with fine grading and then repairing some other driveways out of town, getting them all back to where they're supposed to be. See, start over the next 2 weeks. Pretty much wrapped up. Will be some time, 6 months or so, paperwork, DOT reviewing, until we get reimbursed for March, April time for that. Madison Place, the main line pour was delayed for rain last week. It's supposed to be poured last Friday, but the machine was Wednesday. So get that all ready to be poured and start getting some rains in. After that, then we can start selling those lots. Vision, they're finishing tying that in over the next 10 days. Get the same place tied in. They're mostly tied into J Avenue. I'll have to tie in 14th Street. So, ready to go. We've awarded the right-of-way trees contract this year, so we're down to like 30 trees this year, so that's the past years. Swomack was awarded that at $442 a tree. So that'll be starting mid-September. So take those out by December 1st. So ready to get back. And then we also did a contract for the cemetery waterway to clean those trees up in that area. And Dan's Tree Service. So we started on that as well. And what else? Oh, and then we're going to be evaluating low-hanging trees around town. So our ordinance is 15 feet above street, 8 feet above sidewalks. So we'll be doing some evaluations there, and then we'll put something on the newsletter to kind of let the community know about it. But that is at the cost of residents to have those trees trimmed. So sending information out on that after we do our inauguration. Letters will go out to the homeowners. And they'll be given some time to get that hired out or take care of it themselves to get those trees trimmed. Next 8 months or so, roughly. And that's all I have.
Thanks, Jason. Ryan, do you have anything?
Nothing.
Ryan and Brian. Brian, we are so happy that you keep showing up. That's really good. Looks good, but welcome. And we're just happy to have you on board. And Ryan, you don't have a thing either? Ryan and Brian, yeah, that's quite interesting. Get confusing. Council, Andrew, do you have anything?
I was just going to congratulate or thank Janet and her team as well. They
Yeah.
spent some time on the website, and it was good. I didn't dig into everything, obviously, but there's a lot there. So
There is a lot there.
I think there was a few bugs I think we got. Most.
Sure. Good. Oh, looks very nice.
It does look really nice, yes. Brett?
Just a thank you to Brecken, Bumgars, Mike Onema, and Dave Sassman. Had kind of a weird thing this week that I was out of town. We had a contractor doing some work in our basement that had a generator outside. It's pointed the wrong direction. Our carbon monoxide detectors went off, so I was like, I was sitting in Sioux Falls. I'm thinking, we'll do it. I don't know if I call 911. So I called Brecken. Brecken gave me the on-call number. Those guys were there in 10 minutes and figured out the situation. So
Good.
thanks to them and their willingness and readiness to be in there. So, yep.
I don't have anything else either. Just thank you to everyone. Like, heard so much about the park, and I've heard comments on the website, so that's really, people are paying attention. And Jenny, I just appreciate what you put on Facebook and elsewhere. It does get a lot of good comments on that, and just thank you to everybody that promotes our city. So it's a good time, and it's going to be September. And is there a motion to? I can't believe it. Is there a motion to adjourn? All those in favor signify by saying aye.